Here we go, here we go. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Suicedi. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be happy. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Suicedi, DVDs, t-shirts, and hoodies. You got some fly materials out there for your family. Got some fly materials out there for you. Got this African and Kemetic jewelry for you. Royalty for the family out there, the royal and the divine African Kemetic jewelry for the family. Holistic tonics and remedies, which you need right now at this time and all times. You know, we got all type of plagues and all type of pots and shit out there. And so you need your holistic tonics and remedies. You can come right on over to kingseti.com. We also got art and home decor for the family, trying to transform their African home into the African temple that they always want. You feel me? Ring the alarm, pull the fire alarm. We dropping nuclear bombs on generalseti.com. SETI University, advanced African academics, the ancient, the now, the future. Over 800 amazing presentations on the site of all subjects and classes, science, history, nation building, Black divinity, leadership development. We add new videos weekly, you know, and so you'll be over there binging on Black Power. We didn't put Netflix out of goddamn business. And so, you know, I guarantee you that you'll just be, you know, studying and studying because the information is just so profound. You know, when I go to work, I go to work. And so you come out there just like, you know, I can't get enough of the master teachers. You know, and so you'll be over there binging on that Black Power, generalseti.com, SETI University, you know, the complete SETI website. And so also, you know, SETI Live is lit. You need to get over there to my Patreon. SETI Live is lit exclusive live streams for the family. We got over 200, close to 200 live exclusive live streams, hot topics you won't see on YouTube, available for viewing only on Patreon. Become a patron today and unlock tons and tons of that fire information that you need at these times. You know, that's the lecture hall, and SETI University is the library. You see, SETI University, generalseti.com is the library, and my Patreon is the lecture hall. You feel me? And so make sure you subscribe to all the YouTube pages, General SETI, Sarah SETI, and King SETI. Rock that notification bell so you know when I go live, and they still might not tell you even if you do. They might still not tell you even if you do. And make sure you get the videos a thumbs up, like it because you love it, and share it with your family. Share it with your family because it's a very powerful, powerful experience to watch this information because I put my all into it, and that's real. And so today we're gonna be dealing with a very, very powerful subject that needs to be talked about, and ain't nobody talking about it because too many people out here is they out here loving the beats. That's real tough. They out here loving the beats. I just did one the other day, white militias preparing for civil war, what the blacks preparing for. And so this is an extension of that. You know, today we dealing with domestic terrorism or coordinated chaos to bring about national lockdown. Now, I'm just gonna be real and tell you what I see. I'm gonna tell you what I see. When you look at all these killers out here, you know, a lot of when you're dealing with these Cro-Magnon Neanderthals, a lot of them are young. You know, they're young, and they have firepower, and they not like a nigga. Nigga might have to get his shit on the street. You know, nigga might have to get his shit on the street. These motherfuckers, you watch these cats, they going right into The gun store getting their shit. They daddies and they mamas and daddies is giving them permission to go in there and get them some shit. And so you got to understand that these are suicide bombers. Straight the fuck up. These are suicide bombers. That they didn't program in their white nationalism, to be for their people, while you sitting out here trying to be we are the world ass niggas. They up there training, they babies and shit to be suicide bombers for their ideologies, and they willing to ride on wherever, come up out the backwoods of these motherfucking hillbilly country cities and shit, and ride to your city and commit a mass murder and shit, and a terrorist attack. We got to say what this shit is. These are terrorist attacks. See what I'm saying? These are terrorist attacks, and it proves every fucking thing. A motherfucker sitting up here and got enough nerve to talk about what the fuck I say. They say SETI racist. I ain't sent nobody to do nothing to nobody. You see what I'm saying? I have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I've always, been for the upliftment of my people. And if, if we can do it, without no type of, that would be beautiful. But the reality is the other side ain't going to make it possible. And I know that too. And we can prove it based on what we seeing today, all over this fucking country. You can't go nowhere, nigga. You can't go nowhere. And then you got your own that's silly-fied and full of hate and, and no love for their people and don't give a goddamn about the young, the old. They don't give a goddamn about their own woman. You see what I'm saying? These niggas out here killing the black woman and committing all type of homicides and shit and on their own woman. They weak. Can talk about, doing all type of things to the black woman, and if a motherfucker say something, anything about the Cro-Magnon, you know what I'm saying? The love, they tail get the wagging. They'll protect their master. You see, they can't wait. They be right there when the master come home. They got his house shoes and his newspaper, and they can't wait till he get home, and to protect, they master. And so they quick to, to go into a defense and shit and talk about, what's, that is, they'll talk about the thing, that's going on in their own people, which is cool, but they act as if this motherfucker is their friend. And it's all right to talk about what's going on with it, and we must talk about it. And we must not only talk about it, we must deal with it. Shit, it ain't no just talk about it. We need to deal with this shit. It's coming the time to clean house. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, anybody, I don't give a fuck, whatever race, creed, or color that's coming up against this house, we should deal with it. You know what I'm saying? If they're coming up against the redemption of African people, we should deal with them. It don't make no goddamn difference what the fuck they look like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to deal with our own. We got to deal with their ass first. Because they the catalyst for a lot of these other motherfuckers to be able to do what they do. They the fucking catalyst. You know what I'm saying? They the fucking catalyst to be able to do what they do. As soon as you ain't looking, they'll go and open up the back door and shit. So the Cro-Magnon can come through the back door or send some ignorant ass nigga to come through the back door to do damage to our people. You see, you got to watch the door. The door man is the most important man, because if a motherfucker get past the door man, everybody in the fucking house is, in danger. You got to have a sound door man, and we ain't got no door man. You got one in General City, because I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. And I can point, and I ain't got to say it, because in your spirit, you know who the motherfucker that's opening these back doors. Y'all don't deal with this shit. Y'all deal with, a lot of times you niggas got the knowledge Because they apply that shit in the street if they real. If they want to survive in these motherfuckers, they apply. You know what I'm saying? They apply it in the motherfucking street. But then they don't extend that shit to other, in dealing with other people and on a national level and on the international level. You see what I'm saying? And so they act stupid when it comes to anybody else, but they can operate on their own people. You know what I'm saying? So they know the policies of how this shit work. You know what I'm saying? They know the policies of how this shit work. And so, I'm thinking to myself, how do a 17-year-old or 18-year-old Cro-Magnon Neanderthal feel, emboldened to be able to come, into your community and be able to do some shit like that? You see what I'm saying? And so, you know what? A lot of this shit is coordinated. It ain't just a motherfucker just, out of nowhere. No, this shit is coordinated. You've been seeing it too much, and even in Charleston when they, killed the family in a church. When that kooky ass goddamn Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. And seeing the love, and I could look right in the motherfucking eye and see he was sick. You see? I looked dead in his motherfucking eye and seeing that he was sick. You got to be able to say that. He's sick. And then you so in love, you know what I'm saying, with that Cro-Magnon, you just don't want to call it like you see it. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep your eye on these motherfuckers, man, at all times. You know what I'm saying? If you don't pray here, you don't stay here, motherfucker. Get the fuck up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to be real about this. I don't say it because, I'm not a Christian. Don't want to be one. But I want my people, even if they're Christians, that, I want prosperity for them. I don't want them to just, go lay down and let a motherfucker do them like that. You know what I'm saying? And so many times we take these doctrines far beyond where they need to go. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to fucking practice a doctrine with the people and them people practice that doctrine with you, if that's what you feel you want to do, I guess it's your right to do it. But when you've been dealt these hands over and over and over and over and over, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna play to your weakness because niggas is always trying to be the people of the book, and they always want to out-pope the Pope, out Mohammed. You understand what I'm out Paul and shit? You know what I'm saying? They want to be the divine people and shit, and they want to practice this shit without understanding, man, that these motherfuckers ain't Christian. They ain't none of that. These motherfuckers ain't trying to live that shit. They not. And so, you putting yourself in a predicament, and they know it and they plan on it. Go on down there, and you got babies, you got elders in the church. Go on down there. They sent the motherfucker down there. You can just say he was radicalized. He believed it. He believed it. That's his ideology. You see what I'm saying? That's his ideology. So we got to we got to understand that they for real, they body with this. You see, they body with this. This ain't just a game. No, this ain't a game. Family, let me grab some water right quick. Hold on. I'm back, family. I'm black. I know I just told you I had to get some water, family. I had to get me some water. But the reality is, am I back? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, we black. Ain't went nowhere. Right here, family. Y'all ain't here. Okay. And so, the thing is, see again, black niggas walk around with they shit, but they ain't doing shit. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. Niggas put their motherfucking shit on, they walk around in the streets, but they ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even when you need these motherfuckers. Where is they? You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be defending your people. Where they at? Where they at? You can march and parade and shit, but when it come down to the get down, you ain't never there. When we need you. You see? And they know that. You know? They know that. They know that. They know that. They know you ain't gonna pop a fucking firecracker. You ain't gonna light a firecracker and throw it at them. They know that. Or do that. And so, they anticipate. They anticipate, being able to freely walk amongst our people and do whatever the fuck they want to do. And we haven't told them otherwise. We haven't told them otherwise. And the days got to come when that happens. These is young motherfuckers. They all are, we used to talk about our kids. What our kids is our kids. Man, listen here. Our kids ain't shooting up no goddamn schools like this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember we used to hear about, some shit going down when I was coming up, but yeah, shit kind of, kind of smoothed out. You know? It kind of smoothed out. You ain't hearing me. Ain't no motherfucker walking up in no goddamn schools and with no goddamn choppers shooting up no damn 30 motherfuckers and shit. Where you see that at? Where you see that at? And so, we don't tell the truth on, we always want to demon. And we have our demons. And they need to be dealt with. We have our demons and they need to be dealt with. But we talk down on ourselves to the point that we make each other feel like, goddamn it, we the only thing that's wicked or bad on the planet and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody else get a pass. You let these sick motherfuckers come right on up in your establishment. You see what I'm saying? You let them come right on up in your establishment. Every time talking this goddamn Jesus shit. And this, Assalamu alaikum and hallelujah, how I fooled you. And you know what I'm saying? And, whatever, praise the Lord, nigga, raise the sword. How about that? You see, we know, and so that's what we about. And so they, when you talking this military shit, they capitalize. They seeing how far they can go. And technically, they didn't win as far as anybody else. You wouldn't be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be able to do that. Man, if you walked up in a motherfucking church that was all white, man, they'll be looking at your ass crazy than a motherfucker. Matter of fact, them white people probably be looking at the motherfucker that let your black ass through the door. Like, motherfucker, who told you to let this nigga in? You see what I'm saying? That's how it go down. They ain't gonna be comfortable. They're gonna be looking around. Some of them just gonna get up and sit. They're gonna get to talking and shit like, what the fuck is going on? They're not gonna let you walk right up in their shit and do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't do it. Even if you can go in certain areas, nigga, you ain't supposed to be at that store. They'll look your ass right in, and they'll give you them looks and shit, and you will feel it in the air. You will feel it in the air. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got their right to let a motherfucker that they know don't belong in their community, like, what the fuck is you doing here? And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Animals do that. You know what I'm saying? And if a motherfucking dog roam out from somewhere else and come in the motherfucking backyard and go near that dog food, that motherfucking dog gonna let that motherfucker have it. He gonna run over there and get busy with his ass real quick. You don't belong up in here. This is my house. Everything on the planet got a ecosystem, a portion of this motherfucker that belong to them. That's sacred to them. You know what I'm saying? And so, when you start seeing this shit, you got to know that it's going to continue to happen, and it's going to happen on a greater and greater scale. You see what I'm saying? And so, I was looking at some of the most vicious attacks. Now that one motherfucker in 2017, out there in Las Vegas, that motherfucker, man, goddamn. That motherfucker it was over 867 injuries, 411 from gunfire. Man, this motherfucker fired, I heard that motherfucker fired over 1,000 rounds. You see what I'm saying? That motherfucker fired, this is the motherfucker right here. The motherfucker killing 60 people. This motherfucker, Stephen Craig Paddock. This motherfucker killing 60 people and injuring approximately 867, at least 413 of whom were wounded by gunfire. God damn, you know what I'm saying? You got this, and he looks sick. He's sick. You can look in that motherfucker forehead, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing up there but misery. You know what I'm saying? You can look all in his motherfucker eye. Ain't nothing, that motherfucker is sick. Period. You know what I'm saying? And say it just like that. It ain't gonna, I don't give a fuck who don't like it. Motherfucker sick. And he proved it. You see what I'm saying? Went out there, and have no respect whatsoever for life whatsoever. You see? And so, you got, in 2016, you had that Orlando night club shooting, 49, but it was some weird shit going on in that, I think. You know what I'm saying? I think that was one of them weird situations, and I'm going to let that one go on. Virginia Tech shooting, 2007, in Virginia, shit, you had 32. You had 32 deaths. You see what I'm saying? And, 32 deaths. Sandy Hook Elementary School, motherfucker, 2012 had 27 deaths. You see, this shit going on every fucking day. This shit is going on every fucking day. Well, it's a possibility where it's a mass fucking shooting. And that just lets you know why niggas was trying to dress this shit up and oh, America the great, and the Black Power leaders and shit, they racist. No, they was warning you of this sickness that's not going any fucking where. It's here. It's here, and it's getting worse. You see what I'm saying? It's getting worse. You got the Sutherland Springs church shooting, 26. That was in Texas. 26 dead, plus the perp. And as you go down, plus the perp. They suicide bombers. Goddamn, they suicide bombers. They ain't intending to come back. You know what I'm saying? El Paso Walmart shooting, 23 motherfuckers dropped. Years drove. McDonald's massacre. San Diego, 21. That was back in 84. Robb Elementary School shooting. Texas, down there, Uvalde, Texas. 21. Killing babies. And you know what? After the one in Buffalo, I said, watch these motherfuckers, man. Watch your babies. I go back and watch the video. Watch these motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? Watch these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You got to, it's at the point, man. You got to have security. You know what I'm saying? Outside, inside. You know what I'm saying? You got to have security, man. You got to be watching motherfuckers, man. The season for all this open, you know, where motherfuckers can just walk up to your shit, it's over. You know what I'm saying? You got to see a motherfucker coming, man. You know what I'm saying? And after, after you see how they killing at these schools and shit. I don't see how people feel comfortable sending their babies, man, any fucking where. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't, and I, you know what I'm saying? And you can't protect them and shit, and you dependent on the other motherfuckers to protect. You know what I'm saying? And all they telling the babies is to get up under a goddamn fucking up under they desks and shit. And what the fuck is this? This ain't no motherfucking thunderstorm and shit where you have to get up under the desk. It's time to get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You hear some motherfucking gunfire, motherfucker. It's time to get the fuck ghosts. You know what I'm saying? You sitting in here and these motherfuckers going from room to room and shit, shooting motherfuckers, and you in there like a sitting duck. You know what I'm saying? So it's at the day, and then the fake ass police, they killing niggas out in the motherfucking street every fucking day. And then they got an armed shooter in the goddamn school, and they won't even go in there and kill the motherfucker. And he in there just shooting kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they won't even. These are some chicken-hearted ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You got babies in the goddamn, and y'all motherfuckers sitting out there looking silly. Every motherfucker that was out there. You know what I'm saying? I looked at it, and these motherfuckers had all these armament. And they got one little motherfucker, and they supposed to be trained military. They supposed to be specialists. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to be professionals. You know what I'm saying? One motherfucker supposed to be able to kick the door in, get a motherfucking beam on that motherfucker, and drop it. You know what I'm saying? This is what y'all supposed to be trained to do. You know what I'm saying? So, this is a little motherfucker. He might got a little, train, but he ain't on no professional level. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me all you grown ass motherfuckers in a hallway, sitting there, listen to this motherfucker bust, and y'all motherfuckers ain't bum rushed this motherfucker yet? You know what I'm saying? But y'all out here killing motherfuckers, ain't even got a gun. You know what I'm saying? They ain't motherfuckers killing motherfuckers every day. Ain't even got a fucking gun. You know what I'm saying? Shooting motherfuckers, they ain't even got a gun. But they ain't prepared to go in there. So this is just showing you, man, what kind of fucking society you in. And you can't be, and so you got to know that it's wide open today. It's so wide open today, and it's just a dangerous world. I just got through talking about the threat of nuclear war, and then not only the threat of nuclear war, just the threat of a mass murder episode going down in your fucking community, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the days of motherfuckers trying to act like this shit is all candy land, this shit is over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. The sickness in the world must be dealt with. And it's all the way at the top. You got motherfuckers, I just showed where they, building all these bunkers and shit all over. And that's the rich. See, the rich can flee from the reality. They can starve the shit and then flee. And then the folk that ain't got nothing to do with the decision to go to war, they the ones on top of the surface and shit. They in the direct line of threat and of destruction and bombing, where the motherfucker who starved the shit flee up under the ground. You see what I'm saying? And niggas up here will protect them. Anytime you say something on one of these motherfuckers, they say, oh, he's a racist. No, I'm a realist, motherfucker. I'm a realist. The shit that I say is not, just based on a race. It's truths that, happen to deal with a racial, just having to deal with racial lines, but it's still a truth. You see what I'm saying? It's a truth. And I don't give a fuck if we have to expose the fact, that it is, on racial lines that these truths must be exposed. You see what I'm saying? These truths must be exposed. So when we say that, it's a sickness and shit, on this planet, it's real and it's on all levels and it cannot be hidden. And we know who's the author of this shit. Africa don't even got nuclear weapons. Africa don't even got no motherfucking nuclear weapons. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if and I don't want to talk down on my people. I don't even know if Africans make a good gun. They might make, I know they make some gun, but I don't know if they're going to make a good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know if they might make a couple guns here and there. But is it some shit that's going to hold a motherfucker down in a war? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking down on my people. They need to be there. They need to be there. But is they there? And so when we start talking about, who's threatening who, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to bring destruction to nations that ain't got shit to do with it. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers fall out over whatever the fuck they beefing about, but everybody else on the goddamn planet got to pay the price for their motherfucking, silliness and shit, and they hatred for one another and their sickness to destroy and shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't have, and so at least we could do is we could speak the fuck out. And we don't have to say it like you like it. We don't have to, we at least got that fucking right. You know what I'm saying? To say whatever the fuck we want, and we ain't got to say it how you like it. You know what I'm saying? And so you got, this was this is the guy. What's murder? This another murderer. This another murderer. Let me see where this motherfucker. Wait a minute. Let me undo that. Let me copy that. Let me see where this sick motherfucker, where he did. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what this sick motherfucker did. Oh, yeah, he was the Sandy Hook killer. He was the Sandy Hook killer. I wonder if and then his motherfucking eyes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I'm going to put this shit in. I want y'all to see this motherfucker eyes. And I'm going to tell you exactly who this motherfucker. And now anybody that look at this motherfucker know he's sick as a motherfucker. He's sick. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker, wait a minute, let me put it over. Okay, they ain't gonna let me get that. Let me see if I can get this. I ain't let no shit. Hold on, fam. They ain't let me drop it in. What the fuck? They ain't letting me. Let me see something. They tripping. Hold on, fam. I'm getting this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what the hell. I got to take a motherfucker screenshot of the motherfucker. I'm about to get it. I don't know what the fuck they playing with me for. I'm gonna get it. All right. Okay, this how we gonna do this shit. Since y'all wanna play stupid. Let me go and screenshot this motherfucker. Let me go and screenshot this motherfucker. Shit. It ain't nothing. Hold on, fam. Okay. Let me take that out of there. Okay. Let me drop this shit. Yeah, look at this motherfucker, man. Look at this motherfucker eyes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you exactly who he looked like. He looked just like that motherfucker that was out there in California. It was talking about the motherfuckers was coming from outer space, made everybody, wear Air Force Ones and shit. Look at this motherfucker. Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate. I'm going to show you this motherfucker. Heaven's Gate. And it came right up, too. This motherfucker must be on voice, I want y'all to see this motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker. Now, look. I want y'all to see this shit, man. I'm telling you what I know. Now, look at this motherfucker. Now, look at him. Both of them, all of them psychotic. Psychotic motherfuckers. You know what this motherfucker used to look like when he was young? Like this. You know what I'm saying? This is what, what he gonna, if he would have lived what he looked like when he get old, he gonna look like this. And so y'all don't know these motherfuckers been sick, man. They ain't just, you know what I'm saying? And then you got this motherfucker, James Hubberty. What he do? Let me find out what this motherfucker do. Another sick motherfucker. What he do? Okay, this was the McDonald massacre. Okay, this was in was that down in Texas? San Ysidro. Okay, and so I don't even know where the fuck that is even located. That was in, you know, outside of San Diego. You know what I'm saying? And so he on some sick shit. And they show this motherfucker, you know, and they all got this heat. You know, they let these motherfuckers get all kind of heat. You know what I'm saying? They let these motherfuckers get all kind of heat. You know, these young motherfuckers, they, you know, what the fuck? You know, so if the young motherfuckers, you already know what the old motherfuckers got. You know what I'm saying? If the young motherfuckers can go into, and they ain't go to the, them motherfuckers walk right into the gun shop and got their shit. You see what I'm saying? They walk right into the gun shop and got their shit. Put their ID up there and got some, you know, firepower that you go to war with and go out there and kill mass, you know, amounts, numbers of people, man. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of these motherfuckers are, you know, they white nationalists, and a lot of them do look for black people and black organizations to commit mass murder on. And so you got to be aware of these motherfuckers. You got to look at these motherfuckers from all directions and be real about that. And people that don't belong in your area, you got to look. You know what I'm saying? If you around schools and around sensitive areas and shit, and you know these motherfuckers don't belong there, man, you got to approach these motherfuckers, man. Straight up. You know, what's up? Where the fuck do you come from, man? We don't know you around here. And ain't nothing wrong with that. What's your mission, motherfucker? What you trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, man, you could be a casualty out there today. It's not a motherfucking gang, family. And so, you know, we have to understand that this is not just a lot of this shit is not random. It's not random, y'all. And I'm just letting y'all know it's not random. A lot of this shit is coordinated. They get these little silly motherfuckers like this, you know what I'm saying, that they, you know, is a suicide bomber and send them motherfuckers down to create the type of chaos that they need, you know what I'm saying? So the type of, you know, the lockdown, and the shit that you seen down at the Capitol building, you know, that's a test run. That's a test run, family. That was a test run. You know, they, you know, don't believe that that's over with. That's just like the Civil War. A lot of people think the Civil War not over with. It's still going on, continuing to go on. And the motherfuckers of the South, you know, they have their dreams of, you know, eventually prevailing. You know what I'm saying? And redeeming their ancestors. You know what I'm saying? That failed in the Civil War. That's their mission. They ain't trying to love you, nigga. They ain't trying to be no one nation. You know, they for white people. I just want you to see before I get out of here, because, you know, I want you to see some of the shit that they, you know what I'm saying? Only whites are real American. Black lives, murder white children. You know, this is the shit that they putting out here, man. And you can see they got hate groups all over this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They got hate groups all over this, and that ain't showing everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have a radicalized individual. You know what I'm saying? An old suicide bomber type motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But you can see this all, and it's growing. You see what I'm saying? And it's growing. And when you look at the years and shit, they saying that total mass shooting deaths by year been rising every goddamn year. Every goddamn year it's been rising. You know what I'm saying? So don't think that it's just gonna stop. No, it ain't gonna stop. It's gonna continue to happen because ain't nobody dealing with the sickness. Now you look at shit like this. White youth, the entire system hates you and wants to see our race dead. Organize with us and bring an end to it. So this is the shit that they putting out here. And then you got Donald Trump. You see what I'm saying? They put, this is a battle to save the heritage, history, and greatness of our country. And so you see, you got a large portion of this country that's down for that type of action. You see what I'm saying? And they being put on the hot seat today, but they envisioning this motherfucker coming back into power. And see, and if he come back into power, they're gonna make sure that they do every fucking thing that they can to further their cause while he's in there. You can believe that. They're gonna further their motherfucking cause and make their hand greater than it's ever been to be successful in whatever comes next. So you got to quit sitting on your motherfucking head and hand thinking somebody give a fuck about you. Period. You better wake up. Things are happening. You know what I'm saying? Right around you from overseas, right here in your neighborhood. You so caught up with what niggas is doing. And that's why we got to get these niggas up out of here. Because they causing so much dilemma, so much turmoil and chaos that many times our people can't even see past the niggas in the savagery that they put, in the self-hate that they, operating and killing and creating chaos in the community. We can't see past that. And it's a dilemma, and they use that militarily to their advantage. The fact that niggas is going through so much shit that they wouldn't assume nothing like that would happen. You see what I'm saying? That's why we got to clean the slate and get a community awareness and respect for one another so that we can look out for one another and protect one another. You see, we can't do that with all this chaotic shit that these self-hate niggas is creating on a daily basis. We can't do that. So we got to clean house today. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Garvey, Colin Muhammad, Malcolm X is real. General Seti is real. It ain't about what a nigga do for you. It's about what you do for your motherfucking self. When it comes down to the get down, you got to protect yours, nigga. You know what I'm saying? If you think a motherfucker gonna protect you, you in a sad state of awareness. Wake the fuck up. The revolution not coming is already here. This is the General Cyrus Seti. Thanking you for being here today. KingSeti.com, GeneralSeti.com, and my Patreon, General Cyrus Seti. Check me out. I got a lot of hot products, a lot of exclusive presentations and videos for the family that I know gonna set fire to your African brain cells. So get on over there and check me out. This is the General Cyrus Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Power.